a lot of good things from our rookie tonight. But the Spurs rookie, he's pretty good too. Victor's pretty good. He got in foul trouble. But again, you can see the game comes, easy to him. Being able to shoot it, put it on the floor, change shots or block shots, as we talked about, his future is very bright.
He's a great player. He can shoot the ball like nobody who's 7 foot. I feel like he's a great player. He's always banging down low. He's always getting rebounds. But he's definitely gonna be a great couple of games whenever you play him again. He's definitely a great player.
Yeah, you just try your best to study the film before you play him. Understand what he likes and wants to do. But for me, it was just a matter of being physical, make sure he doesn't get to his spots, making sure that any shot that he takes, you challenge and you swipe so you affect the shot even down low, and then just playing with great energy and physicality so that way he feels off balance a little bit.
Definitely benching savvy on that offensive line.
Not really. He put his arm in my neck, so it was one of those where I think that he didn't intentionally do it, but he's also 7'5", so it reminded me of my rookie year when I played with Taco. Like, he doesn't know where his body was, and, when a guy this short is guarding him, expect that you normally hit in the chest, but he hit my full neck.
It was fun, we knew the whole building is going to be loud and everything. He's probably one of the best prospects to enter the NBA, so it was fun, For me personally, I like challenges, so that was a fun challenge.
Echo his statement, really. The challenge was the biggest thing, that being a competitor, you just want to, play against the best players, and he's going to be one of those guys in the future, and he's going to continue to improve, so I'm excited to see his development, and, when you have all that conversation around you, you got to step into those shoes. I think he's done a phenomenal job of that. He's being humble and been a great ambassador for the league so far. So, hopefully he keeps that the rest of his career.
I mean, he's going to be amazing. He already is. The size, obviously, like everybody talks. But, he has the way he moves for 7'5", 7'6". I don't know, what is it? Sorry. But he moves incredible. He moves like a point guard almost. So it's pretty amazing to see him. Like Grant said, he's going to have a great future, and he's going to be amazing to watch.
But he had that one and one where it's like, but then you pause on one way. What are you seeing there? I saw you point your head afterwards.
It's the IQ.
What are you seeing there? Like, when do you make that decision? Hey, I'm just going to kind of.
So you want me to, my secrets, how I play? To tell you my secrets?
Yes, we love that.
No, I did. I saw after my first step, I saw he was coming full speed at me. So second one, I just slowed down and stepped a little bit into his lane. It was pretty smart, I would say.
Humble
It is. I just say smart. I know basketball and cars. Otherwise.
Are there times where you feel like you've defended Wemby as well as it can be? You're in position, but he's just so long that he's going to put it up over you?
Yeah, it's tough. Tall, athletic. Just trying to do what you can, stay in front, try not to foul.
You feel like you did a good job on him?
Yeah, for the most part. Not enough. Not good enough.
Future look like for him? I got a bright future, man. Obviously, he's one of a kind type of player, and he's going to keep getting better each and every year. And just unfortunately, not we won the game. So,
Russell, these fans.
He's one of a kind, as we all know. He's going to get better each and every year during the season, as long as he keeps focused and keep improving his game. But he'll be fine.
Did you really feel that length out there? Did you have to find a way to kind of neutralize it?
Not me personally. He wasn't on me much, but it's there. That's all you need to know. I had people I looked up to when I was younger, and being able to play against him and have an opportunity to be able to do so. So it's a great feeling. Those young guys are going to be really, really good for Tom being Scoop, Victor. All those guys will be good in years to come.
He's going to be good. It's still early in the season, obviously. But, once he figures out where he's going to be getting his shots and reading defenses, I think he's going to be good. I feel like he got more aggressive, like a more aggressive mentality as he started this season off. And, I think, he'll just keep getting better. I mean, pretty much what everybody sees. You know, he's big, long. You know, his wingspan's crazy. He could dribble the basketball. He could shoot. He also wants to defend, and you know, that's what you need from a franchise player. Like I said earlier, I mean, it's his third game of the season, so I feel like he'll continue to get better once he figure out, you know, defenses, the way people are guarding him, and he's just going to get more and more confident.
Has he reached out to you, or have you had an opportunity to talk with him at all yet?
No, not yet. I mean, a little verbal talk during the game, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, I mean, if he wants to, he can reach out. But yeah, I mean, I think he just, you know, he's still gonna get better.
He's a problem. You know, offensive rebounds, if he gets behind the defense, his ability to handle the basketball. I really got to go back and watch it because I wasn't really just focused on him. I'm really watching the whole game. But, you know, he's a super talent, you know, and so he causes some problems. You know, he can be a pick and pop 5. He can be a 4 that's 7'5". You got to guard him with a smaller guy. So it's a lot of things he can do on the floor that puts you in some tough situations. And he, like I say, he's a great player, and he's only going to get better.
It's fun, man. The kid he's obviously very talented, but I mean he's every bit of you know, a special talent and individual. He just takes up so much space on the floor with his length. He's tall, man. He's tall. He's a tall kid. Yeah, I mean, there was just times throughout the game. I think he got like a deflection on Russ, not even guarding Russ, but just back tip. There's just certain plays that stand out where, you know, you're like, wow, only 2 guys maybe in the league that can do that. Yeah, I mean, you know, a guy like him, you got to try as much as possible to keep him as good as you can. But you know, he makes the game difficult. He's definitely a guy that you got to plan for with the length that he has.
Yeah, it's just a unique player. It's going to be a force in this league for a long time. Once he continue to get experience under his belt, he's just going to get even better. I don't see anybody else in this game. I mean, I know we both skinny, and I'm sure he said he watched me growing up, but he's his own player. I don't think I'm sure he watched so many great players in the league and try to emulate just about everybody. You could tell in his enthusiasm for the game. You know, you could tell that through the TV and playing against them. So he's his own player person. He's going to create his own lane. Is much different than anybody who's ever played. And you can try to compare, but he's going to carve out his own lane. Yeah, I think he got at least 18 points off of, like, fast break layups, and then we switch in and he just being big in the paint over top of guys catching lobs. Like, they played a great team game. You know, he hit some threes there at the end, but for the most part, he didn't dribble much. He didn't, you know, how many turnovers he had? 2 turnovers for the game. He usually had 4 or 5. So, you know, he just catch and shoot, catch and finish. Just kept the game simple, and you see what he did tonight.
And the hesitation with doubling him is just he can see over everything already, right?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't scoring in the post, killing us in the post, per se. I mean, he's just killing us from, like, yo, that toss it up in the middle of the paint. He's 7'5". He's going to just finish over top of our smalls and catch and shoots. You know, he's tough, man. He's tough with that size and that shooting touch. So, like I said, he didn't do much handling the ball or one-on-one action or posting us up. He just kept the game simple, and that's what great players do.
Yeah, to your point, does that kind of speak on how special of a talent he is, that he didn't feel like he was within, like, the primary option of the offense, and yet he had 38 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they got length, and they got great players over there. I mean, they got young players that are going to have long careers in this league, and tonight they were looking for him. I seen him in transition. Trey Jones was 10 assists. He was looking for him tonight. Keldon was looking for him down there in the post when they switched. So they made it an emphasis to exploit his size against our smalls and you know, get a few easy buckets there in the paint, and it paid off. He was able to hit a 3 at the end, you know, because he seen the ball go through the rim, got a couple free throws, you know. So, you know, he's a tough player.
Kevin, as the ball was being dribbled out, looked like you were over by Wemby. Did you say anything to him there?
Just a great game and stay healthy.
He's unbelievable talent. You know, I think everybody knows that, and just trying to figure out what he is because we've never seen him before. You know, so we got him early in the season. You know, hopefully next time we play him, we can make some adjustments to make it tougher on him. But you know, he has an advantage being 7'4" and being able to shoot over everybody. So just finding different ways to make it tough on him. But he had a hell of a night.
To your point, Book, you tried a lot of different things. There was that switch where you fronted him twice well, but that third time he just got around. What are the challenges that he presents schematically with his skill set and size?
Just hasn't been seen before. You know, a lot of those possessions, Trey Jones does a good job of finding them in transition. Everybody knows if he goes for a block shot, he's going to go seal somebody down, and it's usually a mismatch on the other end. No matter if it's his matchup, just throw it to the rim. And he got a lot of fouls in the paint tonight. So keeping teams off the free throw line and, you know, just making it tough, make them score over you, and, you know, staying away from the whistle always helps.
Huge impact. You know, he can hurt you in a lot of different ways offensively, you know, with his shooting, his ability to create his own shot, his ability to attack the basket and dunk on your whole defense. And you got to know where he is on the defensive side or our offensive side, you know, because he blocked 2 of our 3-point shots and, you know, deterred a lot more at the rim, you know. So he's a heck of a defensive presence as well.
Had you seen him in person at all in your travels, or was it jarring at all to see it?
I was off last year. So. No. I almost went to Vegas to see that showcase they had out there, but I did not go.
Frank, speaking of his defensive impact, you've seen plenty of zone, but with his size and length, how does that defense with him kind of at the top of that alter what kind of a basic zone approach it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to, you know, how other teams will use shot blockers. You know what I mean? I mean, he's the biggest guy in the league, you know. But, you know, we played against guys like Rudy, you know, throughout our career, and, you know, we know how to attack them. You know, so whether it's man or zone, you know, you just have to have an awareness of where he's at. Yeah, his best game yet. You know, and he can beat you in a number of different ways, and we got to do a better job on him.
Now, Wembanyama is, I'm not going to say anything new. He is generational talent, but we matched OG's minutes with his minutes, and Wembanyama ended up being minus 16 for the game. I thought that OG did the best you can do against that kind of talent and size and skill. And on the other side, I thought that OG did an outstanding job a lot of times keeping us in the game with timely threes and, you know, offensive rebound at the end with a putback. OG was outstanding. Yes, we made adjustments, but, you know, I don't want to share those adjustments. So I know that Coach Pop is going to listen to this and he's going to be ready for the next time.
Oh, yeah, it's just super unique. Never seen anyone that tall in life. So, yeah, he's really tall. Covers a lot of ground. Yeah, he changes the game.
I assume, like, bumping him and being physical is the priority. After the catch, like, what's next? What do you try to do?
Just try to make it difficult, try to jump, but he's too tall. And see if he misses it. Just try to make it as hard as possible. But
is he a little quicker than, I mean, you know, you can watch the clips and, yeah, he's pretty fluid moving. Is it going to catch you off guard?
He's definitely very agile. He's a good mover. He's he's just very, very athletic.
Maybe, you don't mind, maybe take us through that play you tried to attack him one-on-one.
Yeah, I know. Just, he's too tall. He's way too tall.
Did he surprise you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I thought.
You thought the rim was going to be
yeah, right? But too tall.
Yeah, you know, he's a shot blocker when he's out on the floor. You know, he's really, every time you're by the rim, you just got to really watch out for him, see where he's at on the floor, because, you know, he's coming to try to block the shot. So just trying to be aware of where he's at on the floor. I think that's why we got a good kick-out threes today. That was mostly one of the effects of that, him just being ready to block a shot, so being able to kick out threes. He's trying to go for the blocks, and then just trying to be able to attack from there.
I thought he was really good. Obviously, you guys know Wemby's a special player, and just understanding the nuances of guarding him. And obviously, he's a special player with a lot of room to grow. And I'm sure when we see him again, he's going to become even better player than he is right now. But I thought we did a great job defensively and offensively of making him defend. And I thought we did a good job.
I want to ask you about Isaiah's block. What was the reaction from everybody seeing him getting up and stuffing Victor Wembanyama?
Good block. I mean, he puts his pants on like us. That's a good block.
Tyrese, what you just said about he puts his pants on the same way and all that kind of reminds me of you guys just went right after him, right at Victor in the first quarter. How much of that was a conscious effort that you just weren't going to get caught up in the hype and get intimidated and all that?
I don't think it was a conscious effort at all. I think it was just hoop. I mean, listen, I'm not starting anything. Victor's an amazing basketball player, and he's the future of this league. And I think he's a special guy, special player. I look forward to seeing his growth throughout the league. But I think at the same time, just we got to approach the game the right way. And it's just basketball at the end of the day. I think we play against great players every night. So just trying to approach it the right way and play Pacers basketball.
Yeah, he's a very gifted player. It's like you think you can block his shot, but you can't. Like his wingspan is so long, but nah, he's a really good player. He's gonna be really good in this league.
You had the foul on the shot where you got him on the wrist. Like, is that as high as you could have gotten?
I thought I was gonna block the shot, but thought again.
19-year season high today. Did playing D like that get you more into it on offense? Was it just you found your spots today?
I appreciate it.
What was just, I don't want to say your mindset, but what was your kind of approach to Wembanyama? When you're giving up that much height, it seemed like you were trying to just be as physical with him as you could.
Yeah, he's definitely tall, but being physical with him, that's really the only thing you can do. I think I got an early foul on him, just kind of setting the tone, it's not gonna be easy type of thing, But nah, it's just all you can do is just try to stay in front and contest his shots. He's gonna still be able to get his shots off. He's gonna make some, can't overreact. Just get back and play the other side of the basketball. But we definitely want to play with physicality, play without our hands, but still be physical. Blowing up screens. If somebody's in the post like Wemby, being physical, pushing him out, making it harder for him to get the catch type of thing. Doing little things like that could help us defensively. So
I think Obi did a great job. Obviously, we know how highly touted Victor is coming to the league. Stuff he do is amazing. He's 7'6". For Obi 6'8", 6'9", for him to be able to guard him and make shots tough for him is an amazing thing, and it just shows that he has that defensive versatility that we need.
One of those fouls, Obi jumped, I think, as high as he could and got him on the wrist still. Have you ever seen anything like Victor like that?
No, nobody has. You see guys like Yao Ming and Manu Bol, you see that, but not many bigs are as mobile as how he is, and that's one of the most wild things you see about it, and just being able to witness it is crazy.
How do you think, you guys obviously defended him a little bit smaller, kind of with the fours as the primaries, and then you guys taking him on switches, you and Miles. What do you think that did for you guys, kind of starting with guys that were smaller and physical, and then, being ready for those switches? How do you think that threw him off his game?
That was just our defensive game plan, had the fours guard them and had the fives guard the fives, It was nothing I don't know how to put it. We weren't stressing over we're going to put him on him and make it tough. We was just guarding our matchups. And obviously if he got over top of him, we got the fives in the weak side help. So it was just a matter of just us being there.
And the game is evolving, the skill is evolving, the speed is beyond real. You see guys like Victor out there, this is the next generation big man that can do everything. And so pretty breathtaking to see what he's capable of out there. But making it hard on Victor, going that direction, and then, good job staying in front. He had a couple fouls, but it's hard not to foul this guy. He's just, he's just so there. He's, and you think you think you're like this, and then his arm is going like this, you know, and he's looking down into the basket. So, he did a nice job.
To continue the theme of defense on Victor, I mean, you guys went a little bit smaller on him with Obi, with Aaron, you know, to go with guys that were going to be maybe didn't have the height, but were willing to be physical with him. Was that kind of the plan, was just to get guys that you knew were going to, you know, again, play as physical and bring a lot of energy there, as knowing the height wasn't going to be there or can't be there with a guy like that?
We just want to keep force in the game on him. You know, both vertical force with running, as well as, you know, as much horizontal force, just, you know, to not allow his center of gravity to get by us. If he gets by us, he's just going to, you know, put his whole arm in the rim, you know, and on a dunk. It's just, I haven't seen anything like it. No one has. So, you know, he's an amazing young player, and he is a great player right now.
That's a tall dude. Very tall dude. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be a very spectacular player. He already is, honestly. But I think we did a good job of playing team defense on him tonight. But man, he's gonna be really good. I think Mitch did a great job, just by just understanding what, you know, Wemby likes to do, and making it difficult for him. I mean, it's the NBA. It's really hard to stop people one-on-one. Mm-hmm. But I think Mitch did a great job of just trying to make everything difficult for him. The whole team did. You know, he drove. We tried to show him bodies. You know, obviously he can see over everybody. So we just try to make it as difficult as we can.
You think Mitch and Isaiah took it as a challenge to face Victor?
I mean, Mitch already said it, so he backed up his words.
What's the feeling of winter?
With all the hype surrounding Victor coming in this, was this team intent on not losing tonight and proving that you were a better team?
I mean, we don't want to lose any night, so, you know, I mean, just with a special talent like that, you know, just, you know, watch the scout and then try to make it tough for him, you know, as best as we can. I mean, of course, they have a Hall of Fame coach, so they're always going to be, you know, good.
You know, I don't know if it was anything we did. He had some good looks that he missed. I thought he, you know, the thing is he's so long and he moves the ball around too. Like those plays that we gave him in the fourth quarter, those are good plays he made. You know, that's not, you know, not easy to finish like that. But he's you know, the thing is he's impressive because his demeanor is so strong. He's, you know, if things going his way, he's great. If things aren't going his way, he's even keel. He just keeps going. And, you know, like that team they're young and dangerous. And I think that, you know, like you never feel like the lead is safe because of, you know, the tempo they're playing with, and the guys can go off the dribble. And, you know, obviously they're, you know, working Vassell back, but that team can spread you out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sorry to ask this, but just your thoughts on Wembanyama and just, I mean, he's such a kind of a freak of.
He's going to be a hell of a player, man. He's you know, he's got all the tools. You know, he's got obviously incredible size to be able to kind of do what he wants when he wants. You know, when he gets stronger, of course, and used to the league, and things slow down for him, and you know, he's going to play. He's going to be one of those guys that just has incredible gravity, offensively and defensively. You know, defensively, I think our guys were a little too aware of him. You know, it's one thing we talked about at halftime. Like, just go, run our offense. Let's be normal. You know, like I think guys were just considering him a little just too much. If he blocks his shot, but we can't stop being aggressive. You know, so.
I mean, I think for me is obviously his mindset, but that comes down to the way he's working on his body. You know, just dedication that he has. You know, and you know, I try to give him as much advice as I can. You know, because people don't realize when you're over 7 foot and you got to play in the NBA, like people just watch the games and they don't see the work behind. You know, just to be able to be on the court and to be able to play a lot of minutes and to do it for many years. You know, there's not a lot of 7-footers that last, you know, in NBA, and that's why, you know, and
And yeah, his approach, you know, his dedication, the work that he puts in, the work that he put in, you know, the last 3 months since the draft is paying off. And I saw a big difference from between summer league and between preseason. You can tell that, you know, he was in the gym and not just in the gym, but he was doing the right thing, you know. So I mean, it's hard to imagine what it's going to be if he keeps, and he will, after a couple of years of keep working like he's doing. I can't even imagine how he's going to, you know, evolve.
How remarkable is it to see his poise at age 19, and also how he doesn't shy away from the big moment. He wants the ball in crunch time.
No, he wants. I mean, that's what he lives for. You know, he lives for those moments, and he's a competitor. You know, and he's a winner. You know, and all those things that, you know, like I said, the way he works, his mindset, the way he studies the game. And you add that to, obviously, the unique physical tools that he has. You know, he's a unique player, and I don't think we're gonna see something like that for a while.
Yeah, the thing about it, people putting a lot of expectations on that kid. He's a rookie. I was talking to Coach Pop on the court, and I was just saying, like, he don't even really know his routine right now. So, you know, for everybody to put those expectations on him, you know, he's living up to his expectations. He's trying to get the job done, but he's starting to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. I was just, you know, same thing, just trying to get downhill, make plays, and if they collapsed, and obviously they got, you know, a big guy down there that's going to protect the rim. So, you know, reading him, if he's in the paint, you know, finding shooters, finding cutters. If he's not, you know, they didn't really have a, you know, elite shot blocker down there. So just, you know, continuing to put pressure on the rim. I thought all our guys did that tonight. We made them guard multiple actions, and when we play unselfish like that, get out in transition. You know, I thought our defense sparked a lot of our offense tonight, and I think that's when, you know, we're at our best as a team.
We just wanted to make him play in the crowd. We try to do so with most teams' best players, so it was no different from that. But we just try to make him play in the crowd and play outside of his comfort zone.
I mean, he's a special player, extremely special player. When he's rolling, you have to be under him, because if they throw the ball up, there's literally nothing you can do. But I don't think our slow start was attributed to him. Obviously, he had it going at the beginning of the game, but I think that was on us. We were careless with the ball. We weren't rebounding. We were losing 50-50 balls, and not just to him, but to their team. So, and like I said, they came out and they hit us right in the mouth. So, I mean, that's just a tribute to them. But he's definitely a special player.
I mean, he's definitely somebody that you got to think twice before you get to the paint, because he's so tall. But hey, you know, we took advantage of just by being physical with him and make it tough for him.
I was just trying to get back and, you know, help protect the rim. And I think it was 30 that made him readjust in Euro. I knew he wasn't passing the ball, so just try to meet him at the top before he got it off.
Well, according to ESPN stat here, only 5 people have blocked Victor Wembanyama this year. And I would say you're one of the 5. And what makes that noticeable is that
I'm probably the smallest.
Yeah.
You know, it's just energy and effort, you know. Try to get back, make plays, get us out, get a spark, get us going. And kind of, I think after that, you know, kind of turned up the defense intensity. And, you know, it got us getting stops and go out and run and do what we like to do on offense.
It's a way to reintroduce himself to, you know, after his absence. And he's obviously got a knack for athleticism, but I was, especially off of my turnover, I appreciated that, because I didn't want to get the ball out of the basket after I just gave it away, so I appreciate it. Well, for sure, man, we just seen him, or we're just seeing him for the first time, and you don't have the luxury of having a 7'4", scout team representative who can, be out there and, have a presence like he does. So you have to. He makes you think there's options out there and there's ways to kind of counter it, but you just can't do the same thing you normally do. He blocked my shot on a floater, and the only thing you think he jumped, he just went like that and knocked it off the backboard. So it still catches you by surprise, the stuff that he does, just because of his stature out there. But that last play, I probably would have tried to lay it up had the first half. When I got my shot blocked, had that not been in my memory, and kicked it out, relocated. Like I said, there's counters and stuff. You just have to be very mindful of where he is, because if you just try to go through him or over top him, it's going to lead to nothing, really.
I love Vic, man. He's a rare talent, especially to be that size and that skillful and can shoot the basketball, block shots. He's all over the place, and we've never seen anybody like that before. So he's going to be a really, really good basketball player for a long time.
Victor Wembanyama, I got to get that right, Wembanyama, he's going to dunk on a lot of people. I mean, that guy is a hell of a player. He's only going to get better.
What do you think about seeing him in person? Because obviously you can go in with an approach, but then when you have to, I guess, combat it in real time.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's tall, he's long, and he's skilled.
I think he's 19 years old. He's playing. He's not getting scared of getting tired. He's playing hard, and he's not. He doesn't. How to say this? Just a second. He thinks it's a big thing. Like he wants to be good. He's not bragging about. Like it's not.
Did it taste nasty?
Nasty. I think, like I said, I think he's playing hard, and he doesn't take it for granted. He's making mistakes, what is normal. I think the media is around him doesn't help him, but he's gonna get used to it, because the guy is 19 years old. He's gonna change the game, 100%, and he is already on that path. So for all the guys, just enjoy and watch the show and let the guy change the game.
Did you have to make any adjustments playing somebody his size and length, or is it just right?
I mean, I didn't, so that's why my shot got blocked a couple times. But then, he stalled 2 times the ball for me. So, I didn't, but I was supposed to change it. I mean, me and him is completely different. The guy is guarding everybody on the floor. He can literally guard 1 through 5, and I think that's a good thing for him. Just to learn every possible spot on the floor. Just experience-wise, I'm for sure for him is kind of hard to chase guys around, and just because he was probably playing center back in France. So, even for me, if I now I need to chase somebody over the screen, I don't know how to do it, So, but I think that's all those things is going to help him.
Nikola, you have good relationships with guys from Europe, Luka and a bunch of other. But is he a kid that you can see yourself All-Star Weekend and stuff like that, maybe developing a relationship with the competition?
I mean, I'm talking to Europeans, the guys who speak my language, So it's Luka, it's Vucevic, it's Marjanovic, it's Šarić, Nurkic. So, but why not? Of course, why not? But those people are my friends. So, and I know them a little bit before coming to the league, and I met Victor right now the first time. So,
Yeah, I guess it's just maybe because there's such a uniqueness to his game and such a uniqueness to yours. I guess we'll find out over time.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd ask you this next year.
Maybe, yes. They're young, same as Victor. Victor, he turned the ball over. He had a couple, maybe stupid fouls. Like he made mistakes. I mean, our guys can make mistakes too. I think that's a part of the game. Part of getting better. To make mistakes. So we just need to stay positive and think how to help them as a group.
Talented, you know, everything I heard about him as how much he works, he gets his rest, he's not out partying, and he really wants to be great, and he's with a great organization, and I think they should be lucky to have somebody like that as well, you know, with his character at such a young age and his work ethic.
I think, you know, really unique player. I think that, you know, really good shot blocker. You can see his offense. I think that will come in time where he'll be really elite. You know, he's not, you know, right now as he's getting adjusted to, I think, the NBA and you know, as a big guy, the physicality but I was really impressed with the way he moved and spun off contact, the way he went in offensive rebounds, some of the things he did just because of his length, reaching under the rim and dunking that one. I think he'll become more of a consistent shooter. I think his he has all the skill sets to be an elite offensive player. You know, he's probably a much better, in my opinion, a much better three-point shooter statistically than maybe what he has shown up to this point in time. But his
like the form of his shot.
The form of the shot's good. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, as you come over here and you're trying to get adjusted to playing with new players and new everything, and the game's totally different. But the skill set that he has. And I said before the game, I really respect the way he plays the game because I think he plays the right way. But the form on the shot, you know, the touch around the basket, he's just doesn't put the ball in the basket as consistently as he's probably going to, in my opinion, looking at him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the size and length there, but I didn't love our IQ would challenge him on point-blank layups, and so, you know, he had 5 blocks at halftime, and I think 3 or 4 of those were. He was standing right there, and guys were trying to go up over him. So, you know, he crowds the paint and is a deterrent there. But we got to kick out to guys when they're wide open and instead of trying to shoot over a 7-5 guy. But yes, it can be opposing at the basket.
With centers like him, is it a handful of guys that you think are like that in the league? Is he alone in his standing like that in the league, or?
I mean, you got some other guys, obviously Gobert and some, you know, Embiid and some rim protectors there. But the way he does it, you know, covering ground and moving on the perimeter, he moves more like a guard, obviously, so he can make up some ground when he's beat. And so, yeah, he's a deterrent, but he's also unique in the way he does it.
Man, he's one of a kind for sure. I thought I had a wide open layup in the, I think, first quarter, maybe second quarter, and out of nowhere he pinned it against the glass. But it's not just that; it's the whole game. You know, you've seen it. You know, late in the game, the way he can shoot the ball, the way he moves. Obviously, his size. You know, he's got a bright future. Yeah, I thought I had a wide open layup first quarter, I think, maybe second. Thought I had a wide open left hand layup, and next thing I knew, it was going off the glass at a pretty high speed. But it's not just he's tall; he's mobile. He's got good timing. You know, he's got good hand-eye coordination to, you know, get his hands on those shots. So he's a very interesting player and a very, you know, bright future.
Yeah, man, I know he can play. You know, obviously there's a lot of pressure on him, #1 pick. But he can play. You know, he's been struggling a little bit, but he showed up tonight. I think he had 30. Hits 2 big threes, a couple highlight plays, some tip dunks and things like that. Some good blocks, but he's one of them ones. You know, generational talent. It was fun going against him tonight.
Nah. I mean, obviously he's extremely talented. 3-level scorer, as we've seen tonight. Fun playing against him. Obviously, you know, he's being talked about a lot. You know, from his time overseas into, you know, summer league, and then obviously now, obviously the team, you know, struggling, but he's playing extremely well. You know, he's able to keep them in games. You know, I actually their last 6 now, including tonight, they're playing really good basketball. So, you know, they're young, you know, play hard, play fast. So, and it's all there about him. And, you know, he showed why he's, you know, #1 pick and leading candidate for Rookie of the Year tonight.
I mean, again, he doesn't stop competing. And
You know, his shot is coming along. It's definitely not broken. A little streaky at times. But, hell, when the game was hanging in the balance, he made some big plays for them. And so, definitely, we got to come out with the same aggression, initiate the same way, play through the meat of the game like we did, but as opposed to tonight, finish the right way. You know, again, not skip any steps and not get bored with the details, doing the little things.
Nothing has changed in what I've already said about him previously. Special talent, and they got a good one here.
You relished the moment when you pitched the ball in the corner and it's him closing out on you. It felt like the entire arena, their attention kind of was raised in that moment.
Oh, no, just trying to get his hands to go down just a little bit because I know his wingspan, and I know he's able to block shots outside his comfort. So just trying to create a little bit more room, shoot a little bit higher, and I was able to knock it down.
Oh, he's good, man. Tall, long. I think he's a little raw. You know, as he keeps playing in this league and he gets polished up, I think he's going to be, superstar talent.
I mean, yeah, I never seen a player like that. So, just different with the length, and he has a, he's not just tall. He can shoot. He can bring the ball up. He can do all kind of stuff. I think he's actually a good passer too. So I think he can be very good. Just you got to be a little stronger, I think. But that's it.
I mean, he's a threat all over the court. He's going to be a matchup nightmare because, he can get his shot off whenever he wants. And I think the more he plays in the NBA-style offense, the better he'll get at it.
What do you think about him on the other side?
His presence alone can alter a lot of shots. He has long arms, he's tall, so just his presence alone can affect the offense on the other side.
It's crazy. The amount of shots he alters on defense. Offensively, he had the behind-the-head pass, the it's crazy. He's just a different type of talent. I've never been on the floor with someone like that. So for me, it's like I always say, I try not to take those things for granted. Obviously, he's going to be really, really good in the coming years. He's obviously he's really freaking good at basketball. So.
You had a really good move. You blew by him, had the layup. What was that moment like for you?
I probably fouled it. They could have caught a foul because I held his arm on the sweep through. Because I knew if I didn't, he was probably going to block it. But like I said, bro, just having to do that in your mind when he's on you obviously disrupts you as an offensive player. So, I made a nice move or whatever, but probably 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, he's probably blocking that, meet me at the rim and altering that shot. So.
I'm sorry. What did you think about the way Drummond played him, especially in the second quarter, physically, and kept Wembanyama certainly away from the basket?
Yeah, his physicality changed the game for us on both ends, on defense and on offense. Getting to the glass, not allowing Wemby to feel comfortable in the paint, which he's really good at because once he gets the ball in the paint, he's 7'4". He can shoot over you or around you, or he can read the defense and throw the pass over top. But his physicality changed the game, I feel like, in both halves. He just came locked in, and he's been doing that all year. He's a big part of our team, and he's a big part of our success. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the physicality he brings to the game is well needed each and every night.
Yeah, defensively, he's a handful just because he's so long, and even when you get angles to the basket, you still have got to try to finish over him. But I did think the physicality of Andre on both ends of the floor. One, I think when he was trying to cut and move, the physicality. When he tried to get a little bit closer to the basket, Andre holding him up. And then I think even though at times maybe Andre didn't get the ball, him occupying him, physically, where he had to work to get around in front of him, or he got pinned behind him, those things helped us because clearly, he was a factor at the basket and certainly blocked a lot of shots. And it wasn't just our guards. He blocked some of our, he got Drum a couple times. I think he maybe got somebody else, but he's just so long and deceptive.
I haven't seen all his games, but I don't think he's had a game like this where Wembanyama is less involved and effective all game.
you know, I think he's such a unique player. You know, he. Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing, too, is I think the scoring for him is going to eventually come. I think it's probably a huge adjustment for him, the physicality of the NBA, certainly the length and the skill set. He's going to become a more consistent jump shooter. You know, he gets good looks. He'll make more shots, I think. He's probably learning. He's young. I know he played professionally overseas, but I think coming here is a lot different. And you know, he'll figure it out. But there's things that he's done in games that like are really pretty remarkable. And I think what he'll do is as Pop coaches him, and you know, he's obviously developed great players and will develop him too. You know, he's going to have to find Wembanyama a niche for himself. And I think the niche is really him putting the ball on the floor, shooting the ball. And then sometimes they really do a pretty good job of trying to get it to him on high-low situations where they can throw it up to him. And, you know, you got to physically really try to remove those opportunities for him. But, you know, I think you've got to play physical with him. You know, you can't let him play in a lot of space because he's just too long and he's too skilled and he just plays over top of you. So you have to get into him. You know, I think that's probably one thing he's seeing a lot of now is the physicality of the game, and that will be something he'll adjust to.
You know, I thought, you know, I wanted to, obviously it's everybody's first time playing against him. So there's an adjustment period, you know, and there was one time out early in the fourth quarter when I said, guys, we have to understand it looks open, but it's not. We put our head down and we get to the basket, and once we take off, that it's not open. This kid is there every single time. So, you know, it's tough to see that. You know, when you in the middle, you trying to do your thing, you looking at one or two guys in front, and he just appears. You know. So, you know, I thought it took all of us, like you said, too long to adjust to it. But shoot, man, that's the beauty of having somebody like that. You know, you just never know where he's at, but just know that he's going to be right there. You know, and I thought his presence defensively was incredible. You know, those 7 blocks he had and so many other things that he just changed up.
Wemby. Yeah, talented guy. It's tough. He just has some stuff that it's almost like, what do you do about it? Like when you're in between the position with the guard and him, it's like you just feel helpless. Then it's like you have to think 3 seconds ahead because of how tall he is. And then when he's guarding you, you can see that he's going to go help block a shot, but you can't say anything to the guards. It's like you just got to look at it. Like seems like he's there, but then he's there. It's just he's in a lot of places at once. That's what he looks like.
And it was a different way to force Wembanyama to have to guard differently. You know, I think he's young and he has great instincts, but the ability to know whether to help on a shooter or go to the rim, I felt like the post spacing kind of put him in a little bit of a difficult situation as opposed to the pick and rolls. I mean, it's fine. It's going to be a good player. You know, he has good defensive instincts, and offensively, you know, for a guy that young to be able to read body positions and spin out of stuff and find different ways to score, he's going to be a good player.
What was your thought process when Wemby broke free there? A lot of people were wondering if he broke for the block. How does that become kind of a thing?
I'm not an idiot. I was hoping he'd take another dribble, and then I could try to do that, but he just picked it up, and then I never saw it again, so I was just trying to get out the way. I assumed he was going to take one more dribble, but yeah, that was crazy.
What did you think about Victor up close for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously his length and the things he could do on the court is pretty special. Like he's just starting to come into his own and figure out how to play in this league. So just a guy with his size to do what he can do is obviously pretty special, and he's just going to keep getting better.
I mean, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of, next action mentality. I mean, obviously, our screening angles, knowing that they were trying to go under a lot, is really important part of the game plan offensively. Thought we did a, fairly decent job. I thought that led to a lot of our downhill attacks, but obviously only 2 game sample size against him. He comes out of nowhere. I mean, you've got to get him moving laterally side to side. You got to put him in different spots on the floor. Sometimes he's in the main action. Sometimes he's in the strong side. He's the weak side. Sometimes he's coming. Sometimes he's not coming. You just got to find, those cracks to be able to get to the paint, get to the rim. And when he does come, you see that, big presence there, just trusting that early pass. So obviously we're going to be facing him for a really long time. It's a big part of our offensive game plan, knowing how we got to put him in different spots and hopefully get him to not be in great position to rotate, knowing that he can cover, a mile in 1 or 2 steps. So, it's going to be more, work on our offense the next 2 games that we play him this season, just to understand how we can still get to the paint in a variety of different ways. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
Moment was just like any other moment for me when somebody guarded me. My goal is to score. So.
Did you have any extra incentive though, like to dunk on?
Nah.
On him? Any?
Nah. I didn't get no wake up yeah, I'm gonna go. Nah, it wasn't no excitement. I don't try to dunk on people like I used to no more. So just get a bucket, man. On the way.
Hey, Jai, after the last game, you said you ain't happy no more. That didn't look like it tonight.
I was a rim grazer. But that's, your first little high school dunk right there, just put the ball over the rim, hang on the rim. My pops called that a hard layup. So, I'll take it, though. That's, what everybody wanted. So, my gift, late Christmas gift, Happy New Year gift.
Definitely. Josh capable of dunking on anybody. But I saw it coming, once you get to that drop right left and he that close to the rim, it's ugly for whoever down there. And add it to the highlight reel.
Hey, Des, when you got a rim protector like Wemby in there and the guys can gamble on you more outside, does that put more pressure on you to make shots because they can more gamble outside because they have such a big rim protector at the basket?
Yes and no. You got to get creative, around the rim. I think that we had a decent amount of success, in the paint tonight. He, altered some shots, especially early. But, we figured it out and continue to move the ball and get the looks we wanted. For sure. It was a surreal moment. Obviously, Victor's still young in the league, but, he's got a lot of promise and, great player, and Jai is who he is. And, it didn't surprise me. Jai got the best of him in that matchup.
He's unbelievable talent. Can score at will anytime he wants. Plays the right way, plays to win. It was great playing against him.
He's special. He's going to be an extremely good player. Got to stay healthy. He plays the right way, plays to win. I don't know. I've never seen anything like him. 7'4", 7'5". I don't know how tall he is. He's not 7'3", he's way taller than 7'3". So whoever say he's 7'3", that's a lie. But at the end of the day, you haven't seen anything like that. I haven't. Maybe you guys have seen. I don't think you guys have seen everything. So the sky is the limit, and as long as you work hard and you keep on having a positive attitude, energy towards the game, everything that he dreams of is going to happen for him. But I've seen him play. He played with my younger brother in Nashville to play together. So I went and watched a couple of games, and I've seen him compete. And even there, I knew he's going to be special. But now see him, playing against NBA players and do the things that he's doing, it's pretty amazing.
When you were a teenager coming into the league like him, what are some of the things you had to go through and learn, and what got you to the point where you're
totally different situation. I don't think our position is even comparable. I came to the league out of nowhere. He's the #1 pick. He's having a Rookie of the Year season. I don't know how much points. Probably 20+ points. I haven't been following this season, but like he's arguably one of the best players, probably having one of the best rookie seasons ever. Like I remember when KD, I was watching growing up, I was watching KD come to the league. Like when he came, he was incredible. Was average like 20. Then I watched LeBron, then you watch Carmelo, then you watch other players, and he's up there. You know, when I came to the league, the first 8 games I did not even play. Like I wasn't, you know, like he's not. But at the end of the day, like as long as you listen and you work extremely hard, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose, man. And that's the mentality that works for me, but for him maybe something different. I don't know.
What's it like to play somebody who you know was a fan of yours growing up?
Is he a fan of mine? I don't know. Was he?
That's what this guy just said.
It's great, but I'll be very honest with you. Like hearing that, you kind of let your guard down, you know. And I believe in 5 years from now, maybe a few years from now, there's going to be more players that they're fan of me. And at the end of the day, I gotta compete against them. And like, you know, like the league is not getting easier; it's getting harder. And these kids, you know, when they're coming in, they're getting even better and better and better and better. And we are getting older and older and older. So it's a great compliment to know that he was a fan of me. But like, man, he's gonna be great in this league. And when I'm done with this league, I'm gonna be watching and probably I'm gonna be a fan of him too.
What kind of advice would you give him for the off season in terms of getting stronger?
I don't think that he has to get stronger. I'll be honest, I don't think he can affect the game. He's averaging 20+ points without actually being stronger. Like sometimes maybe when you get stronger, you lose your fluidity. At the end of the day, I think the best advice I'd give him, like figure out a way to stay healthy, because it's a very big body. You got to stay healthy. Keep on enjoying the game of basketball, and do not fall into this bubble of I have to do this, I have to be that, I have to perform like this, I have to play this way. You know, what do you want? I want to play this way. I want to perform. I want to be the best player. You know, enjoy the game, stay healthy, and don't fall into in the bubble of you have to do stuff.
It was definitely exciting. You know, going against them. It was a great barometer for us. But just to get a chance to see him play against him. You know. It was a lot of fun, you know, and he's just so talented. He can do everything, you know. He really guards too, plays hard. You know, it was definitely exciting, you know, and just I'm so impressed, you know, just after seeing what he could do out there. It was really cool.
We asked the question like, "Oh, were you surprised by?" And you guys are all like, "No, we're NBA players. We've seen it all before."
Yeah.
With him, was that any different? Like, it was like Giannis is saying like, "No, whatever the listed height is, he's taller than that." Like,
yeah. There were definitely a few things I was like, yeah, I haven't really seen that before. I mean, there was a point where I was on the bench, I was just watching the game, and Giannis came down and did something amazing, and then Wembanyama came back and did something amazing as well. I was like, wow, I'm watching something really special here. You know, the game's going like this. I don't know. I mean, I'll shoot a few more left shoulder jump hooks. That might be it for me for my normal down to earth stuff. But it was really cool to see. It was awesome. You know, and it was again, it was a treat for me to be a part of, to watch, and it's something that's just going to be so great for the league for years to come.
Oh man, that was a fun game. That was a fun game to coach, fun game to watch. You know, two of the most unique, talented, I guess, big men. And I use that loosely because they're very versatile players. But man, that was fun. I mean, I thought Wemby was great. I thought Giannis was phenomenal. No, he's the future, obviously. You know, you get to watch him, his his skill set is remarkable. Obviously, his physical makeup, you know, is like no other, you know, and just seeing him up close and like he's taller than you than you think, you know, when you get up to him, like, whoa, like this guy. You know, I played with Yao Ming, and he reminds me not the the girth, but as far as the height and just his wingspan and just the way he just dominates a game. Like he makes some great plays defensively. He could stretch the floor with 3-point shooting. He was posting up. I mean, he's definitely, you know, the future of this league.
I think that's what, you know, everybody wanted to see, especially in a game like this. You know, a guy that, you know, has a lot of potential, a lot of talent coming up in this league and is playing well at this point, go against, you know, a multi-MVP player that, you know, length, skill set kind of is similar in some type of ways, and athleticism. I mean, it was fun to watch. I'm just happy we came out with the win, but to see those two guys go at it, I mean, I don't think the league has ever seen anything like that with two 7-footers or close to 7-footers that can do a little bit of everything, go at each other. You know, with a guy like that, you know, is a great shot blocker with a lot of length. You know, it's hard to score over a guy like that. So it is, you know, a challenge to say, at least, let me get one over him. I don't think I took it personally, you know. I was looking at a couple different actions on that play that didn't happen, and the last result was the pull-up jump shot. So I took it. You know, I probably put a little bit more on there that I had to, but I did it just to be safe. But the guy, you know, he has incredible length, and he's a smart player, intelligent player that you could tell is just going to keep picking up things as he goes along. I love to see that from young guys, to be competing, not scared of the moment, not scared of, you know, taking a shot or making a move or making a pass or just taking a chance in a close game, especially late in the game. You could tell that he's not scared of the moment. He loves the challenge, and, you know, that's going to be big for him going forward.
I mean, it's the size is one thing. You know, the problems that he presents with just length and athleticism alone. You know, the threat that he becomes at the rim and how he gets there. You know what I mean? If he's in the paint, he's at the rim. But, I mean, throw on his skill set of being able to handle the ball in pick and roll and shoot the ball in pick and roll. You know, as a big guy, you know, typically when you guard guys like that, you're not used to that. But, I mean, the overall skill set, I mean, you just can't say enough about for a guy that size and that age. Well, it's all our guys. You know, when they put him in the pick and roll, you got to be in your spots early to protect one another. You know, if you're late and you're trying to play with him at the rim, it's over with. So your weak side defense has to find him early when he's on his rolls above the free throw line, try to impede him. The guys who are on the ball have to do a great job of getting back in front of the ball, so then you can release your big guy. But this is going to be a team effort tonight trying to defend him.
He's as advertised. He's I don't know if he's going to fill out like Giannis or what it'll be, but right now he's doing things that, you know, you can tell he's young, but he's doing things that, you know, like, oh, you can see it. You know, you can see what he will ultimately be, the competitor he is. I saw it against the Bucks. Seen it tonight, never stopping. He's already a defensive monster. You know, the one where he took the ball and I had to shoot it in the corner. Like, I'm pretty sure he was 3 or 4 feet away from me. You know, that most bigs don't have the wingspan to get there and play the lob with J.A. So, you know, those are things just disruptive defensively that he already has. And, you know, I've already played with Rudy, and, you know, to see him and to see someone bigger and, you know, longer than him, I think is the sorry. You know, I think is, you know, it's pretty wild.
29 for J.A. Were you guys wanting him to get that 30 ball?
I was trying hard. There was one where I almost threw the ball out of bounds. I was trying to get him a lob, and got to give Victor credit. He just stood there and was like, you know, shoot it, and block it, and pass it, and block it. So, you know, we were trying for sure. I don't know if he admitted it, but we definitely were trying. So.
I'm excited for him. He's going to have a long career in this league. He's talented, can take people off the dribble, excellent shot blocker, post up. He has it all. So I'm happy for him, and I hope he excels.
What surprised you the most about playing against him?
You never know. You never realize how big his wingspan and how tall he is until you actually go up against him, and that just surprised me tonight.
No, he's talented. He's talented. The fact that he's able to be this efficient in, under 24 minutes a game, it's pretty impressive. Like the highlight in the film, he has me guarding him. He's gonna have to shoot threes because I'm gonna use my body and my muscle to keep out the paint. So, we know right now that, for him, it's probably a little tougher for him to finish in the paint. He did a good job right there with that quick little hook, but, he has a very nice jump shot for his size and height. As he keeps getting stronger in the weight room and building that muscle up, he'll be able to go in the paint more and be more efficient down there. But the kid's gifted, God-gifted talent.
It was interesting. We talked after the last win about what it would be like for you to deal with Wembanyama, and we saw it right off the bat. The time you got the ball underneath, he's looming over the top of you. You put your body right back into him and laid it up and in. There was nothing that the skinnier at this time in his career young man could do.
Yeah, no, it's the wedge play. This is the hook shot against Keldon Johnson. They had a small on me, so go right into the hook. But right here with the offensive rebound, like you see, I'm wedging him out to take away his length, to take away his jumping ability. One thing about shot blockers, if you give them space, they can go and block shots. So for me, I wanted to wedge him and take away his legs so he cannot contest. And then obviously with this, he's still working on, multiple efforts defensively.
Right.
So, the key for us against a guy like him, or even any shot blocker, is that you want him to do multiple actions, whether it's stepping up in a pick and roll or guarding our shooters on the wide pin down, because he has to make a decision, and whatever decision he makes, we'll take advantage of it.
It's different. Like you said, it's unique. He's unique. He's just tall. He's very tall. Skilled, lanky, moves. He's constantly moving. I'll probably say him. The way he moves on the court, he never standing still. That's probably the hardest thing. And once he get close to the rim, he's looking at the rim, so you just throw it to him there. But like you said, every night every team has somebody. Every team has somebody who's a great player, who is, everybody's a pro. So got to be ready to guard. It don't matter who it is.
It seemed like you had some success in the first quarter, just moving him out of position. Is that kind of the key with somebody like him, just be more physical with him?
Yeah, that was my goal coming in, just trying to be lower than him, move him out, make all his shots from outside of the paint, and make everything tough for him. Like I said, he's about as tall as the basket, so the best thing you can do is kind of move him away.
He's a presence every time he's on the floor. You don't know if he's going to block your shot or go back to the big for the lob. And, on offense, they use him a lot better in that second half, throwing it up to him. Sometimes you feel for him. He has some open looks. Sometimes they don't get it to him. And they were getting it to him in that second half on those lobs and just throwing it up to him. And we had to do a better job, but I'm glad we closed it out.
It's difficult when Victor's in there. He makes you think a lot, whether you're going to shoot the floater, if he's going to contest you, or go back to the big. And I had a couple of moments where I didn't make the right read and got either a turnover or just a block shot. And so it's tough when he's in there. So, but I think Jalen did a great job tonight attacking him and just keeping him on his heels. You definitely have to think about it, like I said, a little bit more when he's in the paint. Yes and no. He's a tough guy to go against when he's in the paint. He's not like a regular big. He's a smart big who can think out there, and he makes it tough on you.
He's still really young, so just kind of being physical with him as much as possible. Of course, he's going to get even buckets. He's 7'4", whatever he is. So, but like I said, just trying to be physical with him. Just trying to push him around. Play more physical with him.
Yeah, the thing about that, the good thing about that is that no one was thinking about that. We were thinking about the fact that we held the Spurs, and that's what our mindset has to be. Because when he's running to the rim and they're throwing it over the top of us, that's not the same guy every time. And no one's saying that's my matchup. In fact, it's no one's matchup. It's our matchup. And that mentality is the mentality that we need, that urgency. When something like that happens once, we've got to dig in and not let it happen again.
He's fun to play against. He's an anomaly. He's definitely a challenge to be able to be that tall and that versatile. sometimes I think I guarded him twice, and I think he just caught it, shot it over me. For me, especially as a defender, I like that type of stuff because I want to figure out how to stop that. But I think he's a really good player, really good young player. So I think his future is bright, and how he plays the game, I love to watch.
What stood out to you about Luke's impact tonight, just the way he stepped into the starting lineup in that matchup against Wemby?
Just being solid. At times we need him to be a little bit more protect the rim and et cetera. But to get put in that position tonight against someone who is a freak of nature, I thought Luke did a pretty decent job. But just being big, having his hands in there, and just executing our details on defense.
Really just stay between him in the basket, make him have to make shots. When you have just phenomenal athletes perusing behind you, you know you got a lot of safety with you. And it's weird because I feel like we could be like a rap crew, but kind of like, I don't know what that crew would be. I just be the baseline vocals, just kind of in the background. All right. Yeah.
That's intriguing, yes.
No. Back
to Victor.
Yeah, you just try to make him make shots, and he's going to make some great plays, and he's got to keep weathering the course.
Oh, for sure. It's one thing to kind of get a sense for, but you see it, up close and personal. Kid's got a lot of talent, and it's still probably going to fill out a little bit, develop into his body, but very skilled, very poised, and obviously he showed he can score on all three levels.
Oh man, that's just what I say in French. But yeah, it was a fun time, just happy for each other. We grew up together, playing together when we were like 12, and now we're playing in the league against each other. But yeah, we just love the moment, and can't wait to win that next game.
In the third quarter, you were credited with a block against Victor. Mm-hmm. Did you actually get the block?
Yeah, I hope so. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I had it. Perfect.
And I believe you said over the summer that you hadn't blocked him, at least when you guys went up against each other in practice. So I guess, what was it like doing that for the first time in an NBA game?
That's just what I wanted. I wanted to dunk on him, but yeah, it was a little too much, I'll say. Yeah, I had the block, so I'm happy with it.
You mentioned yesterday that you guys were going to be talking trash to each other, mostly in French, so that no one else could hear what was going on. Did that happen? How much talking was going on between you two?
We talked a little bit more before the game because we were in the game at the same time a lot. So yeah, when I blocked him, I looked at him a little bit, but yeah, couldn't talk that much. And but yeah, before the game, we talked a little bit, and he got the dub though. Yeah, when we met, we were watching highlights of LeBron James, everybody, and we were like, oh yeah, I wish I could be there, and now we're here. So,
I haven't played. That was my first time playing him. He's a great talent. Obviously, the things he can do out there with the basketball, and him being 7'4" or whatever he is, they just throw it up to him. And he can just create. So it's definitely tough playing a guy like that, but it's a fun challenge. And yeah, I look forward to many more battles.
Man, that dude is something else. Obviously, he got all the talent in the world, and he's amazing. So you had a great game today. He's gonna be. He has a bright future.
There's a part of you that had to say, this is my building, this is my league. I know you're good, but this is my time right now. Let me show you by my play. Was any of that in your head today, big boy?
The big fella, he's amazing. He's great. In my opinion, he's up there as far as already the best players in the league. So, obviously, bright future. But I wouldn't sit here and lie to you. But but then again, that's also my mindset every single game. It doesn't really matter who's in the building. My mindset is attack, dominate. Offensively and defensively. So tonight was no different. I don't think the opponent was anything. So, but that just goes back to my mindset every single game compared to previous seasons. Every single game there's no let up, take enough any possessions, and you just want to dominate.
He's great, man. He's got everything. Size, skill, got everything. There's nothing else to say. Bright future. He's already pretty good, but once it develops and his body also catches on, it's gonna be a lot of problems for a lot of guys in this league. But he's extremely talented.
Nick was talking about how performance inspiring a few minutes ago. Just to know that he and other guys that are coming up are inspired by you and what you're doing. I guess what does that mean to you?
What you mean?
When we called in his post game, he said that your performance was inspiring for him to witness that and to be part of that. I guess to know that you're having that impact on the guys coming up. What is that mean?
It's great because even though I started playing late, from the time I started playing, Kobe was my guy. He's the reason why I started playing basketball. And it's funny because on the same night he had 81, and that was my favorite player. So, when I started, that was the guys that I was looking up to, and they were doing all this. So, if he says it's inspiring, I hope in a couple of years, hopefully when I don't have to guard him and I'm out of the league, he's able to do the same thing and go out and break all these records and possibly break Wilt's record of 100 points.
Did he inspire you? You have a knack for coming up with big games and big moments, and the eyes of the league were sort of on you and him tonight.
No, I wouldn't say that because just like I mentioned the other night against Denver, it's not like I just woke up one day and I was like, okay, I gotta try to go out and dominate and have the best game of my career. I try to do it every single night on both ends of the floor. That's where the mindset, just trying to go out and dominate. I'm really just, pushing myself and challenging myself every single night. What else can I do? What else can I add to my game? Can I try something new to see if it works or if it doesn't? So, I'm just really challenging myself. When I do watch the games, I usually imagine myself, just playing against them, especially because I haven't played. If I haven't played against some guys, I thought obviously the length is extremely tall, but I wouldn't say it's easy. But I think I have a pretty good sense of how to attack. Some guys, depending on how they guard and if they're tall or if they're strong and all that. Then I thought I just made a few shots tonight, but he's extremely long. I walked past him and I was like, I thought I was tall, and the dude was just towering over me. So, but we talked about it the other day. I don't know what he is. I just know that he's an amazing basketball player and he has a bright future, and he can, he's a future. He can do everything on the basketball floor.
Nick was talking about how when he was watching him contest you, and it was one of the first times he's seen somebody your size or bigger guarding you, and watching you, it seemed like you were maybe probing a little longer than normal on those mid-range jumpers. Did it take a minute to sort of adjust to having that kind of length on you?
No, I thought, from the beginning I had a few hesitant jumpers. The rest was really on me. I don't know what I was doing, honestly. Half of the time, instead of just shooting the ball, I was just, taking my time and, wasting time when I could have just caught the ball and shot it. So I think that was more about me than his length. But, I have a pretty good sense on how to use the hesitant to make sure that, whenever I shoot it, I either catch whoever is guarding me flat-footed so they don't have a chance to recover, or I just can't go, by them.
Yeah, first of all, I thought Victor was great. I think he really got him started, right? I thought and I think that they've played a lot better recently, and it's usually when he comes out in the start of the game and kind of gets them, like I think he gives them a bunch of confidence all around the team. He certainly did that tonight, just right off the bat, just kind of bang and then bang to three, and I think he was, he's long. Like for me, I got this view when I'm sitting there on the bench, and usually I can see Joel like being over everybody, and there's clearance. And I was like, said that early in the game. I said, hey, tonight's the first night Joel's actually got to go over somebody, instead of, I could see the contests from where I was sitting, and I was like, that's different. Joel does hold it in there and studies a little bit. He gets into his little, it's a little bit of dissecting the guys if they're reaching and stuff. So he does do that a little bit. But a little bit longer tonight, I think. You're right. Yeah.
Obviously, all credit to Vic. Obviously, a great player, very talented, even at an early stage in his career. But I can't let that matchup, I guess, try and take away from what the job was tonight, and that was trying to win a basketball game, Thunder versus Spurs. So obviously you have to have a little more alertness, and he has a little more gravity than some other players that are on other teams. But at the end of the day, I still have to try and help anchor the defense as I would normally do, and also really key in on that matchup as well. It's kind of like a nuance to it. You got to find the right balance. And I don't think I was perfect with it tonight. I don't think I'll ever be perfect. But I think we did a good job with it tonight. It's obviously like human nature. But, to really be uncommon and not just do what everybody else does, you have to kind of fight that. And obviously that's the headline that you guys have. That's what ESPN's promoting. That's what the NBA is promoting, and rightfully so. Vic's a great player. I think I have a long way to go in this league, but I plan to be a great player, and play a long time. But that doesn't take away from what the focus is, and the focus is Thunder versus Spurs. We got to win a basketball game. So you got to make sure you go out, compete at a high level, but do the right things. Kind of falling bait to the matchup, I guess, can lead you to make some not winning plays and hurt the team. And, I never want to be that guy.
So you say you're feeling out the game early on. What did you see specifically tonight that allowed you to exploit their defensive schemes?
Yeah, they like early in the game, their weak side was like collapsing on like every drive, and like just randomly, like it wasn't like a rotation. Especially I don't want to butcher his name, Victor. Like he would just come in on every drive to try to block it. And I think we got caught a couple times early in the game. And then once we start like not taking the bait and moving it, they were spread out, and then we were able to get layups later in the game.
Yeah, just like any other talented player, they're going to get their stuff into the game, but I thought we did a good job of being physical with them. We put them in a crowd. We turned them over a couple times. I thought that we made the game difficult. He didn't really operate in free space a ton. And that was key because they were really trying to pump the ball to him and play through him. So just like any other player where teams do that, we want to do it with 5, and I thought we did a nice job of that.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought we did a good job. Overall, we did a good job. I thought we were physical with him. We turned him over a few times. But, he's a special player, so he's going to have advantages out there. He shot the 3 very, very good today, too, which has been kind of up and down for him. It was an up day for him, from the 3, as well as their team. So he played well, but I thought we did a good job on him.
Yeah, it was, it's fun to watch a lot of high-level big guys play basketball, everybody was, giving it their all, and he's an amazing young player, and he's gonna be the future and the face of the league, and he had a great game tonight. So.
Unbelievable.
I think it's. I mean, I know as a rookie, it's tough to like get used to the game and the physicality and stuff, and for him to have such an impact so early, it's gonna be tough to play against him for a bunch of years.
I thought he was great. I thought he read his timing well, got into his body, tried to be as physical as possible without, disrupting too much and fouling. I think the timing was good on some of the shot blocks. But, again, Victor is an unbelievable player. And I think, just continued growth is going to be great for him.
Was Wembanyama as impressive in person as he's been on TV in Summer League?
More so.
What did you see from him?
His timing, his feel, and again, it's just as the game is going on, you can just see that he's just being patient, trying to see what's happening within the game. He doesn't force things. He's not rushing things. He's playing the right way, trying to find teammates. They run a ton of actions for him, but he's looking also to facilitate. So I think he's just, his length at the rim, blocking shots. Again, he does so many things that, it's just very, very impressive at a high level.
His size, 7'4", or is he 7'4", 7'5"? His size and his ability to play like a guard, wing, can block shots, can shoot the 3-ball, can put the ball on the floor. It's only a couple guys, maybe 2 or 3 guys in the NBA that are that size, that move the way he does, and he creates a matchup. He creates a matchup issue for most teams.
I was very aware of where he was at, so that's why I had to go with some speed and just kind of give it some touch. Victor's a very special player. We were just talking about in the locker room. He's a dude that can get 2 or 3 Defensive Player of the Years, and also, I don't want to put no limit on it, but he can get Defensive Player of the Years and MVPs. Because we haven't seen nothing like that. We've seen things close, but not like that. I mean, he's an amazing player, and I think, especially with Pop over there, he's going to continue to develop.
You said you were aware of where he was on that last play. Are you kind of looking behind you, sneaking a peek, or because he came from behind, didn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to be aware of stuff like that. I mean, like I said, he got the block shot on me 2 plays before, and I thought I had the layup. So, I mean, in a situation like that, I just got to be aware of where everybody's at.
The third guy flying in on that last signed shot was Victor from behind, and I think he missed it by a couple of inches.
Thank God.
Do you ever sit there and marvel at those 2 bodies, like those 2 athletes doing the things they do on a court against each other?
I do. I really do. We don't take it for granted to see Victor up close, his size, his ability to handle the ball, to block shots, to shoot. It's incredible to watch. And then we have Z, who is a physical force, can handle the ball on the perimeter, can make plays like a point guard, can go up and finish. Both of those guys are defending. So just incredible to watch those 2 go to battle tonight.
Chris, it seemed like Devin was at a different level tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was aggressive. I love to see him shooting the threes with confidence. I do think there was a little bit of a message being sent to everybody. Our big guys are pretty good. Between him and J.A., the job that they did tonight, I think they stepped up. They wanted to prove a point as well. I don't know.
JB mentioned it seemed like they wanted to send a message tonight that those bigs they're pretty good.
Yeah. It's always a competition. You know what I mean? When you hear about a guy who's who we all feel could be probably will be one of the faces of the league, the face of the league as the years come by. When you have that's especially for Ev. I mean, Jay especially for Ev being around the same age and kind of coming up together. I think that's something that I want to send a message for sure. I would love to see that battle for many years, even when I'm retired and they're still playing. So, it was great to see.
He's very tall. He got a lot of length. Had to work around that. Play my game, still get to my spots, and he's a great player. So.
And then the steadying influence through all of the game is Bam. Wemby, or I can't say his name correctly, but you know, that guy's like crazy. how talented and big he is. I thought both Bam and K-Love both did, you know, a very good job positionally. And then on the glass, you know, they really helped us out on that end.
You know, Bam, it's not every day you go up against a guy like Wembanyama, who obviously you guys held to 0 offensive rebounds. And can you just kind of talk about the matchup and just your performance against him?
Nah, he's gonna be great in this league. You know, he has the right coach around him. He has the right mindset, and he wants to win. You know, you can see it in the way he plays. He passes the ball. He does the little things, and you know, I mean, he's 7'4", doing stuff like that. So I think he'll be great in this league. As I said before, I feel like he's gonna be great in this league. You know, like you said, they're centering around him. Me, honestly, I don't think he's a center. I think he's more of a power forward. They just play him at center. I've been in those shoes before, but you know, he's willing to watch film. He's willing, like you said, watch film, do the little things to help his team win. So, you know, the biggest thing for me is watching him grow. And, you know, like I said, he has a great coach over there that's going to put him in positions to win.
Well, just reading the defense, reading how he was coming across the lane. I think our guys did a great job of keeping it off balance. Franz got downhill a couple times. You know, his hesitation, then he passed it off on the late pass to Mo for a layup. I think just recognizing and reading when he's coming across the lane was our guys did a great job of that. And, you know, credit to the coaches for talking about that and going over film with these guys with that. Well, we've always talked about being physical. You know, every team comes in here and they want to out-physical us, and we got to make sure we set the tone right away early, and that was a big portion of it. I think just being able to defend without fouling is one thing we'll continue to work on, but our guys did a great job of, you know, taking on that challenge and reading the way that he was playing and being disruptive.
Yes, early block shots just changed our attacking the paint. We were hesitant to attack. We did not shoot the ball particularly well tonight either, and it just like one thing trickled the next thing. And Wembanyama is the player who's going to play in this league for the next 15 years. So we need to figure out how to attack and how to play against him. And definitely a player who is unique with his size and shot blocking ability. So we got to do much better job of figuring out how to play against that.
Special player, you know, for sure, a unicorn. You know, you don't see guys that size that, you know, can do what he does, and, you know, his versatility. So special dude for sure, and just a great dude off the court.
Do you remember the crazy shot you hit on the baseline that we couldn't stop talking about? Can you tell us what was happening in your mind on that?
Yeah, big fella just came over and said that was a lucky shot. So you got to laugh at it. But I caught him with a hezzy, you know, baseline, and he thought I was going to reverse it, and I went middle. Something about using that rim as protection as a small guard. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that play it worked, so I'm grateful.
You said, what is it like?
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, from my perspective, you know, I remember the first game of the season. He was, you know, his entry to the league. He blocked my shot.
His
you know,
first walk.
I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Right side of history. But yeah, he's just a force down there, and he has great timing. You can tell he really studies the game well, and on defensive end, you know, there's not much that he can't do. So for him to, or for me to get the best of him on that one possession, it felt good. But you know, moving in the future, I don't know how many more I could get off on him, just because of how much ground he covers. But it was an exciting play. I'm grateful I converted it.
You actually had a few finishes over him.
Oh, I mean, nothing can prepare you for that type of length. Like, it doesn't matter who you play against. If it's not Wemby, nothing prepares you for that. So, obviously, he's older. He's stronger than most in this league. And just, obviously, you go up against someone like that, you try to go into their chest. You try to make it a physical game. At the end of the day, obviously, he's going to block shots regardless of how the game's going. He's going to get 2 or 3 blocks no matter what happens. But that can really weigh on you. You know, you get hit over and over again. It's a physical game, and that's the way Domas plays. And obviously, this is Wemby's first year in the league, and that's kind of what I feel like everybody was like, oh, can he handle the physicality? I think he can. I I think you kind of have to get used to it and then learn how to dish it out without fouling. But Domas did what he does. I don't know if I would say. I mean, I don't know if people know he shoots like almost 50% on step back threes. Like, it's crazy. But I mean, I think nothing surprises me, obviously. But I think as he gets older and he gets, more efficient and he makes the game look a lot easier, I think it's going to be ridiculous. But nah, I mean, all the film that you've seen on him before coming into the league is what he does. So nah, nothing surprises you about him.
Yeah, he's a generational talent. At that size, I still don't know how he moves. I watch him and I don't think it's real. But obviously it is, because he's putting up the numbers and he's doing it right in front of my face. But definitely great for the NBA. I wish he was in the East. Sorry, Pop. But man, it's just a treat for everybody to come see a guy at that size do the things that he can do.
I mean, 7'4", he could do it all. It's unbelievable, man. Obviously, basketball it has changed a lot. When you see guys like that, 7'4", who can shoot, pass, handle the ball, guard, but basically 1 through 5. So it's unbelievable to see that from him.
They made tough shots. Wemby is obviously tough. Certain shots he takes, he really can't do much about. But, Foxy at the point of attack, I think ball pressure. I think Davion coming in ball pressure. And the rest of us trying to fly around the best we can. It wasn't our best defensive effort, but we made enough plays to win at the end of the game.
You had a moment where it looked like you wanted to throw down on Wemby and you gave it up to Domas. Did it cross your mind at any point?
I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I took a smart business decision though. It wasn't. I don't think it was a challenge. It was just him trying to figure out what angles he can get his shot at because he is 7'6" with a 8-foot wingspan, man. So it's kind of hard. But yeah, hats off to Domas, man.
I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I don't got the answer for that. I don't know. He's I don't know how tall he is, but he's what
Let's just
7'12". I pass faked the one. He turned around. I was like, oh, I got an easy one. And nope. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But I really like what he does. He's gonna be really good.
There was a dead ball, and you kind of tried him. Again, like joking around, like you kind of like went at Wembanyama underneath the basket.
Goaltend. It was goaltend. He went up under the goal. Up through it.
Does it just feel like his arms are just sort of everywhere, like when you're out there?
Yeah, I really the first layup he blocked. I haven't seen it, but I was just like, hey, I got an easy layup. And then I don't know how many times he blocked my shot tonight. I stopped counting. But yeah, that's with the way I play, pass fakes, trying to get just a little angle to get floaters off, and there was a couple times tonight that I was like, oh, I got an easy look, and no, it didn't turn out too well.
Do you feel like going into a game like that against him, you almost have to like change? Maybe not change what you do or how you play.
I need to change. Yes, that's what I need to do. I need to go change a lot.
How tough is that? Like you play your game, and then he's just the guy, just like an anomaly. Just whether it's blocks, deflections, steals, just like everything, just like a no-fly zone in that sense. Just certain things.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to, not let him do that, or, try something else at least. The pass fakes, just layups wasn't working.
I just told Pop after the game, man, the thing that impresses me the most about him, he's uber talented, multifaceted, highly skilled, but he's I think his biggest trait and quality that you can't teach or coach is his competitive nature. He's a competitive kid, and he makes winning plays all the time. You see how he plays with his teammates. He's trying to make the right play, whether it's for himself or for the others that's out there with him. And defensively, chasing down shots, changing shots, blocking shots, coming up with strong rebounds. But again, those two intangibles the ability to stay that competitive possession by possession and also make winning plays, I think for me personally, is the most competitive thing about him.
Shoot. Whenever you have somebody like that size and that skilled, I mean, they're always down or bound to do something really well. And I mean, he's definitely come a long way. I feel like since we saw him at the beginning of the year, he's playing with like a lot more balance, and I mean, he's just attacking the glass more. So I mean, he's going to be real good.
Always something a little special about going against #1 picks. You, of course, have seen 20 of them since you were. What did you make of Vic tonight?
I've said it from the beginning that he's special, and he has an unbelievable coach that's going to make sure that he does things the right way, play the game the right way, and he's going to continue to develop. But he's already special, but he's going to continue to get better and better and better, each and every game, each and every year that he steps on this floor.
5x5 is one of the rarest games in this league. It's in its history.
What's that?
5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks. Wemby's averaged it in these 2 games out of the break. He did it tonight. I think only 22 of those games ever. How much havoc does he wreak on the defensive end with his length? Sort of what's the ceiling for him?
He doesn't have a ceiling. He doesn't have a ceiling, so he can do whatever he wants to do with his career. He seems like he enjoys the game. He seems like he puts the work just from the outside looking in. Obviously, I'm not with him on a day-to-day basis, but I said it a long time ago how special he was, and it's literally that simple. So as far as your question, as far as havoc, you just got guys in our league that you have to account for. Anytime you get around the rim or around the perimeter, in our league history, and he sits right at the top of it. If not, around the top of it, all the greats.
Well, probably just want to follow up on what you said about Wemby. It's very high praise. He's right amongst the greats as one of the guys you have to account for around the rim. Do you remember feeling that somebody was this good this fast since you've gotten into the league?
Yeah. Zion, Luka, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, Tyreek Evans. It's been a lot of guys. It's been a lot of guys that's been great this fast. He's one.
He's set the bar very high, so I'm wondering.
He's one of them. I mean, he's one of them to have a stellar rookie season. Guys have come in and but can you sustain it? We've had guys that come in and just be, really damn good. I think the one thing that Wemby has above all the guys that I kind of name is you see his length. You see how tall he is and his length. The guy next to me possesses a lot of length, and he's like even more than AD. So that's what makes it a little bit different. But let's not get it twisted. He's not he's special, but he's not the first guy to make an impact in this league as a rookie.
Yeah, I think, Taylor guarded Victor for the majority of the game. We felt like his kind of mixture of having enough size, no one has enough size to guard Victor, but I think, Taylor did a good job of using his speed and his length, tried to climb up underneath him a little bit and speed him up some. Ends up fouling out with 2 tough plays. It allowed his teammates to help him. We wanted to show heavy shifts to Wembanyama when he was in the post and in his isolations. And so I thought Taylor did a good job at the point of attack, and everybody else helped behind him.
Victor had 3 blocks early in the first quarter, but then just 2 the rest. Do offensively to kind of adjust to his presence in the post and kind of shut him down from denying you in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, they ended up with 11 block shots. They had 7 of them in the first 5 minutes of the game, I think, 6 minutes of the game. We did a poor job with our rim reads early in the game. It was a huge focus for us offensively, was that he was going to come to help as much as possible. Obviously we tried to match his minutes with John a lot tonight. We felt like John's spacing, John's ability to pick and pop would put Wembanyama in some situations where he was going to have to make some choices. because he's such an elite rim protector, we needed to try to put him in space as much as possible. It doesn't mean that he's not going to come help at times, but it's easier to see the help coming when it starts on the perimeter and has to make a long way to the basket. I think when you know, if he were to guard somebody like Walker for a long period of time where Walker's in and around the basket a little bit more, those rotations are short and his length can sort of shock you a little bit. So I thought the team did a good job of adjusting to some spacing elements that we wanted to have versus Victor. And then I think John did a really good job of recognizing when he was the screener with Victor guarding and they needed to pop more than roll.
Just put him in space, make him move his feet a little bit, and get him away from the basket.
What's it like playing against him?
Just pretty much just have his awareness. You got to know where he's at and locate with him, just so that he doesn't come and block the shot. I know a few times tonight I felt like any other game I'm gonna lay it in each and every time, but tonight I turned it over like 2 or 3 times, just trying to find him and be in awareness of him.
So you wasn't 6'7" tonight, then?
No, not tonight. I had to be smart and just make plays for my teammates, which I did, and I felt like I spread the wealth tonight and got guys open.
Colin,
we had you mic'd up tonight. A lot of fun conversation we overheard when he told the Frenchman he's from Mars, not France. I tell you, talk about that battle tonight with Victor and the San Antonio Spurs. They kept coming. They kept coming at you, but your defense, the Jazz defense tonight, really held strong.
Yeah, obviously a very well-coached team. A lot of young talent on that team. Victor's going to be a great player in this league, so trying to make light of that also, but trying to lock in and get the win here for the home fans. We've been slacking a little bit, so I love to get a win for the fans tonight.
I love going against the best when it comes to protecting the paint. So, you know, I had to challenge him a couple of times, and I was able to win that battle.
Okay. And just kind of attacking the rim, even against Wemby, was it just a point of emphasis, like coming right at him?
I mean, yeah, attacking the rim is just, you know, is what I do. So regardless of who down there, I'm gonna try to finish.
And how about just defensively, the guys you guys were all able to do to create turnovers and get going that way?
Jaden did a great job. Rudy did a great job. Cal did a great job on Wemby. Nas played great defense tonight. So you know, collectively we did a great job.
You know, I thought Kyle did a good job. Everyone did a good job of kind of getting up in his space, you know, and kind of taking away his space to operate in. I thought that was really key. And then, you know, offensively, we were able to attack him pretty well. I think having played him a number of times, I think you get a little bit more used to him being out there. So, yeah, I thought we were really good. Thought that was another thing we did a real good job of. As soon as they put the ball on the deck, whether it was Wembanyama or anyone else, we kind of went after it, swarmed it a bit. You know, shows our activity. We've talked a lot recently about getting more 50-50 balls, and we did a good job with that tonight. So,
just use my skill. I mean, being able to finish with both hands is a blessing for me. So I'm able to get up and go up and under on the other side of the rim, which the rim protects me from him blocking my shot. And I think that's kind of what happened tonight.
I mean, I just gotta make sure I'm decisive. You know, in a way, it's fun because I realize sometimes what guys have to go through when they play against me. You know, and I try to really. I mean, right now the advantage that I have on him is strength, so I try to use my advantage, and then I gotta be okay with him maybe blocking the shot at time. But if I go, I gotta go strong because he's always able to. You know, even if you feel like you got him on pump fake or something, like sometimes just put his arm and he's able to tip the ball. So he got me once early, and then I was like, okay, let me dunk everything now, and I did.
I feel like Victor got taller.
I was telling him that last night.
Looks like it, right?
I was like, did you get taller? But I don't know. I mean, probably still growing. I don't know. I mean, he's only 20, so. But yeah, he's big boy. Yeah, he's getting bigger and bigger.
He's plus 19, so that's a lot of impact.
I mean, it's tough. Obviously, they got a lot of length from every position, mostly basically, and then he's just tough at the rim. So, try to attack him and make the right reads, like when he's there, and whenever you can, just hit him a little bit and get there. But yeah, it's tough.
How do you get to change your reads, basically? Like,
just seeing the game. I mean, trying to figure it out, see when he's out, you know, see when he's in. Like, just play with the game a little bit. I mean, I was able to get some quick buckets. I mean, I wish we got into it a little bit more, but yeah, like, he's a tough cover down there. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I mean, he's like, what, 7'10"? I don't know, whatever. Like, I mean, it's hard. And then also you're trying to be physical to get on fouls, like, and he's making tough shots, like, so. Yeah, like, it was tough. We just couldn't get the stops that we needed at the times that we needed them. And yeah, unfortunately that happens like that sometimes.
On top of just him being that tall, the passing piece of it too. It seemed like whenever you guys put a couple bodies on him to try to, you know, body him up, he's able to.
I mean, I don't think we doubled him much until that last possession where they got a layup, but yeah, we know, you know, obviously he can steal the top of everyone, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to go to the rim if he's down there. It's an elite shot blocker. And, you know, I think for the most part, I was telling our bigs to kind of stay lifted so he wasn't down there as much and just kind of draw him out of the paint and take advantage of that. Yeah, I mean, a game like this, I mean, they're a great team. And obviously their record reflects otherwise, but they're a great team and led by Wemby. And, you know, if we want to get to where we want to go, we have to win these type of games and, you know, be mature and execute down the stretch and get stops. And that's the thing that, you know, we didn't do tonight, and obviously it didn't go our way.
The last one, just on Wemby in general, I mean, how different is he just from when you guys saw him the first time, and how much do you think he's just going to change things based on just the size he's got and the skill he's got?
Yeah, I mean, I think we played him, the third game of the year, and you know, he hadn't seen the type of defenses that teams are going to throw at him. He didn't, you know, wasn't familiar with, you know, how they're going to play. And I think at this point in the season, he knows what to expect. And I mean, the guy's practically unguardable. So, I mean, he's going to be the face of the league here in the coming years, and has obviously a ton of potential, and someone that, you know, San Antonio can build around, and, you know, hats off to him.
I love guarding the best players. And bring the unique game to basketball.
What was your mentality going up against Wendy? Was it any different?
Just playing a little bit more physical, getting under him, limiting, you know, his rolls to the rim, and not letting him get second chance opportunities.
He said it was the most physical defense he's faced. These two games were. How do you feel when you hear an opponent say that?
I wish we played him again. But you know, it's just I'm doing something right. You know, different scouts, you know, bring different things to different players. So I'm glad I can be, you know, a versatile defender, and, you know, guarding Wemby or guarding Paul George, or tomorrow or the next day, who do we play? We play Washington, so I'll probably be guarding either Kuzma or Jordan Poole. You know, just being a versatile defender and be able to, you know, showcase that.
You know, he's so tall, really. He's really tall, but he's not that strong yet, you know. So I was going his chest and put him under the rim. So, like I said, they didn't double me tonight that much, so I work and under the rim.
I mean, that's two guys about as high as, you know, humanly possible. And, you know, one guy barely getting the ball over the other guy's arm. Yeah, that was... that's what NBA fans, you know, come to see. Feats like that, it's just doesn't seem human.
What did you think of the way Brandon bounced back coming off the bench tonight?
BP was tremendous, and it wasn't just the numbers. You know, he was great defensively, fighting down on the block on the weak side, boxing guys out. He was very physical with his defense, and then, you know, he just gets us organized offensively too. Both when Khris is out or if they're playing together, he's just got a great sense for the game.
Just big picture, I mean, first win of the year without Steph, just how satisfying is it for this group to kind of get that monkey off the back?
Yeah, we needed that, and obviously we'll reassess tomorrow. But I don't expect him to play in Dallas, and so we got another tough game coming up, and we needed this one. Obviously, we're in a fight right now, down the stretch of the season. So good to get the win and build some confidence without Steph too.
Just one question about Wemby. Do you think Coach Pop is a good coach to help Wemby for his development?
Take us through that dunk over Wemby. What did you see, and how did you feel to finish that over?
I saw that he overplayed it, and then he overplayed it to my right. Obviously, I'm left-handed, so I think I spun or got to my left hand, and then I had to step on him. So just trying him. I told Lune before the game that if I got the chance to try him, I would. But at the end of the day, sometimes you dunk on people, sometimes you get dunked on, so it's just a basketball play.
You and I have talked a little bit about some of your favorite dunks from this year. Is it safe to say that you have a new one?
Yeah, that's probably number one right now. So we'll see what the future has in store.
Have you been able to watch the replay yet?
Not yet. I'll probably see it when we get back in the locker room. So.
Probably. When you throw it down at the basket instead of connected.
Sometimes that's just how it is. Just kind of instinct. I didn't think I could get all the way over his hand, and so just trying to stretch my arm and just be in the air longer than he can. And sometimes you just got to throw it. So got him, I guess.
A few days ago, you were blocking Giannis. Tonight, you're dunking on Wembanyama. I think you challenged him at the rim too.
Mm-hmm.
How much, I guess, pride do you take in defending and going at some of the biggest and most talented, most athletic players in the league?
They're great players. But at the end of the day, you got to just take on that challenge and you got to accept it. I play with Draymond, and sometimes I go in for him. And every time he says something to me, he gives me confidence. And so I just try to go out there and perform every time. And so tonight he said, just go take care of business, because they went on a run, and he was like, and then Khris was like, Dre, you want to stay in? And he was like, nah, Trace, you got it. You got us. And then continue just to play well. So when you got guys like Dre doing that, it gives you a lot of confidence.
I mean, sometimes you try to put him in the action away from the ball just to keep him far away from the rim, but he's such a smart player and a good defender that he changed a couple of my middies tonight. Yeah, you got to shoot it to the moon. You know what I mean? And one of the lobs I threw to Trace, he got a hand on it. So he does a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Man, it's really cool because I'm a student of this game, and I do a lot of grassroots basketball, and I watch these guys, and I know the work that goes into it. So I went to go see him play when he played against the G League team a year or two ago or whatnot. So to see him putting it all together and to know the type of work ethic that I mean, I'm old enough now that the coaches and all that stuff is people I played against and all that. So to hear how they talk about him around here, it's really pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first time we posted Nikola, I think Wemby blocked it. And then, Nikola is like a savant. Okay, I see what he did there. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? How can I use my body, get into him, collapse him a little bit, get that hook a little bit further out, take away his wingspan, shot fakes, got him in foul trouble. I think that's a key. If you're going to beat that team, obviously, getting Wembanyama in foul trouble and, getting him on the bench is the best way to stop him. But that kid's got a really bright future. He's only going to get better as he gets stronger. But yeah, Nikola, 31, and just did it in a lot of different ways.
Man, he's, generational talent for sure. Just affecting the game in every asset, protecting the rim, knocking down shots, coming off screens, just doing things that you never see from a guy. You don't even see people his height, really. But, yeah.
Just the dump offs, really, when they drive. They're just, dump it off to him. It's a dunk, or, we switch and then he get on one of the smalls, and then, there's really nothing we can do. Just too tall. So, I'd probably say just, his height, his length, impacting the rim. When we drive, he's coming over late and still blocking the shot, just the way he alters our shots at the rim. And that's it really, just the way his presence on the defensive end. But I say where he hurt us most was, like, I think the drop balls, the finishes in the paint, and really just his paint points. I would say that's what really killed us.
Yeah, you gotta be aware of him, like, late challenging, and his timing is so, like, he has the timing of a guard. I don't know if it's just he's played against guards, but I'm just saying I think he's had a lot of reps of playing against good guards and guarding them one-on-one. Like today, I thought I had a reverse layup, and he ended up blocking it on the left side because I thought he was going to be on the right side, but he has this long wingspan, so he covers up a lot of space. And me as a competitor and a challenger, I like going in there and challenging him because if you could finish on Wemby, I feel like you could finish on anybody in the world. And he's going to block some, and he's going to make you change it, but it's only going to make you better as a basketball player, and that's what I want, and I think everybody should relish in that. But also be smart in challenging him. Because he does bait you a lot. He does do things like a Defensive Player of the Year would. He's showing signs that he's exceeded all the Defensive Player of the Year stats previous to guys that have won it. You guys see it. I don't know who they're going to pick, but I mean, he has all the tools to be named Defensive Player of the Year.
So he's a candidate for sure.
He's for sure a candidate. I don't know how he wouldn't be. I mean, unless the game's played in minutes, but I mean, he's every Defensive Player of the Year that's won in the past few years. He's like almost head and shoulders, and we still have 15 some odd games with some games left. So I give him credit for being such a young player, but learning on the fly and doing everything he can to get his team wins.
I can't remember if he was on the court or even in the vicinity, but
competed. I mean, he's a tough cover, as tough as there is in this league. Honestly, he's so unique. But our guys really competed. I thought, really Kevin Durant starting on him and doing not just switching everything, but trying to maintain the matchup as much as possible. Did a great job, and in our fives, did a great job. Trying to plug everything at the rim. He still got going a little bit, but solid performance. We'll have to do it again on Monday.
Just a force. I think my favorite part about him is his mindset. Not nowhere near soft. He's a competitor to the highest level. You can tell after games that losing bothers him. It's not something that he's gotten used to. So, I've watched all his mannerisms, watched how he carries himself, and he seems like a seasoned vet.
Yeah, it's a team effort with him. You can't guard him one-on-one. He's a load. He's tough. Because he's so long, and you feel like you're playing good defense. He still can get around you because of his length and. And then you look up, he at the rim, So I think it's a team effort, and guys were there for one another, and was able to, just get in his way just a little bit. I think it's the whole team did a good job of guarding him man one-on-one.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be one of the greatest players this game's seen, just the way he's built and what he's been able to do so far. So got a lot of respect for him, and it's definitely tough to get a shot up and in over him. So, yeah.
Vic finished with 32, so I can't give myself too much credit. He is an incredible player. I think, my goal was to, anytime you're playing a great player, it's just to try to make him take tough shots. Not let him catch the ball where he wants to catch the ball at, because if he catches the ball anywhere in the paint, closer, you're dead. And so just trying to do my work early on that side of the ball. When I got switched onto the guards that time, try to have high hands to make those passes tough. With a guy like Vic, they're going to pass the ball up high because no one else can get it. So I was just trying to have high hands, as our coaches always preach, and get some deflections. And I was able to come up with a few deflections, which helped spark our transition offense. Obviously, I knew, knowing that we got to get a shot off, I just tried to position myself for the offensive rebound like I was defensive rebound. So I was able to get behind Victor, and once I got behind him, I just start boxing him out, anticipating that we missed the shot and get the rebound. And even I thought I had a great box out, and even then, he still didn't let me get the rebound. So he is a very, 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 very special talent. I was just telling Trace and those guys, I'm happy I had the opportunity to play against him now, because they'll have to deal with him a lot later, and I won't be in the league no more, so that's good for me.
It's different. He's a different archetype. Just kind of good creative, figure some different things out. But just
figuring it out, game planning it.
It's fun. It's fun, and you get to see the coaches' creativeness, how their brains work in terms of schemes and stuff like that. But for us, it's just kind of taking away his space. Obviously, in space, he's really hard to stop, maybe even impossible to stop. And then when he gets close to the rim, it's pretty much you're at his mercy. So just kind of crowding him, pushing his catches out. I think we did a better job the last time we were here than tonight. But 22 shots, made only 10 of them, so we'll live with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's a presence. He's different in that respect, where I had a lot of daylight and thought I could get it up. I saw him coming, but thought I could get it up quick enough. And even the way he blocked it still looked weird. I'm looking at the bench. It's like, is that goaltending? Like, nah, he probably got it. So just a reminder, yeah, if there are options out there, but you can't disregard, where he's at every possession just because it's something you haven't seen before.
You slipped a few past him.
Say what?
You slipped a few past him.
I'm trying to think. Maybe I got one earlier on. Get one over him, though.
He got like 6-7 blocks on me, but we won the game, so that's a good thing.
I mean, it's I think it's still young. It's still early to say, but he's learning basically every game. Every game is new for him. I think he's learning the matchups. He's learning the like a floor balance. He's learning who's guarding him. It's I think it's for. I think he just needs 2 games. And then we're gonna figure it out. I think Aaron was guarding him basically the whole second half. He's our best defender, him and KCP. So I think that's a show of respect that we have towards him. Our best player, defensive player, got him basically the second half. So to answer your questions, I don't know yet. But I think he's humble, he's working hard, and he's still hungry. I think that's the really good combination.
How much more sort of conscientious do you have to be in the post against him as far as getting the extra space when you put a shoulder into him for a shot, or even maybe altering the arc of your shots just to account for the...
A lot. I mean, of course, I didn't do a good job today. He blocked my 6-7 shots. But he's a special player, and you always need to do a special or extra things to score against those guys. But I think when he learns and when he figures it out, it's going to be an even bigger problem.
What was going through your head in the first quarter? He had just blocked your shot. You get the long outlet pass, and you go for a quick dunk before he can contest it. What was going through your head is those final dribbles before you go up? I mean, I was just... At least I'm gonna be aggressive and try to dunk it. Like, why not? And then it was funny. Did you say anything to him after that?
Yeah, if you block more shot, I'm gonna something. But he blocked like 4 after that, so I didn't do anything about it. I think I'm far away from Tim Duncan, my friend, and. If I'm Wemby, no. If Wemby is, no. I don't even know what I wanted to say. Wemby did a much better job if I'm a Tim Duncan than I did against Tim Duncan, so let's say like that.
I mean, he's going to be really, 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 really good. Yeah, he's going to be an amazing player. Just his ability to time shots and block really affects the game. Makes you second guess and think about what you're trying to do.
When you went for the reverse, and how high did you think you had to throw that ball off the backboard to get it in?
No, I just knew I had to get by him. Yeah, that's it.
With his unique length and shot blocking ability, he's the future of the NBA. I mean, we're watching the ascension of the next great player in the NBA, and for him to go out there, 23 points, 15 rebounds, 9 blocks, 8 assists. There's not a lot that young man cannot do. So and he's in the right organization with the right coach to help him get better and learn. And so, yeah, he's a hell of a talent. Well, he uses his shot fakes well. He uses his body well. And anytime you play against a shot blocker, you have to go into their chest. You got to collapse them. You got to go right through their chest, up through their chin sometimes. And then he can also use his jump hook and, you know, kind of protect his shot. And Nikola's got just outstanding touch around the rim. But he had 9 blocks tonight, and for 9 blocks, he also changed a lot of shots down there too. And you know, that's why he's probably Rookie of the Year and one of the finalists for Defensive Player of the Year, because he leads the NBA in blocks per game.
What does it say about
Wemby?
Yes.
I mean, it's special what he can do. Just being as tall as he is and as mobile as he is and having a knack for it. You know, it's one thing to be tall, but it's not easy to block shots. Your anticipation has to be there, your IQ for the game. So it's definitely something that's admirable, and I mean, I wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
Joker had that dunk at the end of the first quarter, and you guys went crazy. Does that qualify as a dunk over Wemby?
Put that on his head. No disrespect to Wemby, great game, but he got it punched on. No disrespect.
Just how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
The one I got blocked, I didn't even know he was even close to me. You think you're open until you're not. And what do you have, 9 blocks today? It's amazing what that kid can do.
And I think the last shot by MPJ was a result of just him being in location. Chris was like, I ain't going to try this, and he got it to MPJ.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it was actually finally a smart play and not getting our shot thrown and looking for somebody else, and it worked out for us. Great.
Reaction on the bench when Joker threw that down in the first, and Wemby was chasing him. I don't know if that qualifies as a dunk over Wemby, but what was your thoughts on that dunk?
Look, man, Jokic dunks, period. I don't care if someone's there or not. We're going to be hyped about it for sure.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, on that one where Herb gets blocked, is there any consideration taking the time out there, or you just prefer to let him kind of play out in that situation?
I considered it, but, you know, we get a stop. We got some momentum going down, and not allowing their defense to get set is important, especially with big fella down there waiting. But he still ended up getting a block. So, you know, I could live with the fact that we tried to be aggressive. Just gotta, those are situations that, you know, you got to make good rim decisions.
I play this game to win every single night, and whatever it takes. Sometimes I got to pass, sometimes I got to be able to get in the paint and score the ball, and sometimes I got to defend. And thank God I didn't have to guard Wemby, because that would have been impossible.
I knew he was going to be really good because he comes in. I work out early. He was coming in to work out right after me, and he walks up to Tim and was like, "Hey Tim, Tim Martin, I want to play Tyrese one-on-one." And I'm like, "Huh? Like, you ain't even stretched or nothing yet." He's like, "No, I want to play one-on-one, but I want to be on all-time defense." So I'm looking at him like, I've never heard a player say that. Like, I just want to play defense in one-on-one. And I just know, like, I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, I'm fresh. He's not fresh. So, like, I'm coming down one-on-one. I do, like, same moves I always do. And I get to the paint, come to my, like, right layup. And, he grabs my layup off the glass. And I'm like, hold on, let me tighten up real quick. But it was amazing. I mean, like, you know, we competed. It's like, every time I would win the game, he want to play again. And, you know, my competitive nature, every time he won, I want to play again. It got to the point, like, all right, man, I got to go, man. I got to go lift, man. You got it, man. So, like, we ended up playing, like, 5 or 6 games. It was fun, though.